right? Bro, that's what we need in there. Give it a little more definition, you know what I'm saying? After that, whatever sounds right to the feel, it's gotta sound right in the feeling, you know?
Yeah.
For beats a night when I'm in here. On a good one, you know what I'm saying? Like, on a good night, bro, like, I end up going home with, you know, feeling hella accomplished because I'll go home with some, and I do everything. So it's like, this one's a funk, but the next one could be something totally different, you know? So yeah, it just depends on how the feel is. There's one, this specific one that I'm looking for, but there it is. That's what I'm like, you get, oh, hit me like that. Yo, my name is Scrizzy Santana. I'm from the beautiful city of Fullerton, California, Southern California, and this is my story.
Throughout the hard times, we're still making changes. Find the ways to help each other, many similar faces. There's a way, meditation and pray. God could pave the way, many better days in a peaceful place where we lay. A different state of mind.
I think I was about 5 years old when I first truly was introduced into music. I mean, my father, I was blessed to have my dad that was a full-on musician, and music was his first love. So as being the only boy, I got two other sisters. I got an older sister, and I got a younger sister. So me being the only boy, you know, my dad carried me around everywhere. So every gig, every practice, I was there, sitting down, just watching. And not only was my dad there, but my uncles were there too. So it was my dad's brother. So it was everybody. It was all family, you know. So it was on. I was bound. I was like literally bred to make music, you know. There was like, I knew as a kid, since I was 6 years old, I knew I wanted to do music when I was an adult. I was sure of that. There was nothing else I wanted to do. And to this day, now I'm 32 and I'm still doing music as we speak. So speaking back then, my first instrument ever that I ever took on was the drums, because in my dad's band, the drummer was always lacking. The drummer was always failing, you know. So my dad was like, you know what, my son's always with me, so I might as well show him how to play. So that's how I started. And I started, you know, my family's Mexican, so I started, you know, recording I started doing corridos, cumbias, you know what I'm saying? The Mexican shit, zapateado, all that stuff, you know? And then as I did that and I learned how to do that, and then it grew. My love for music grew, because then we would play some rock. We'd play like some Beatles or something. I'd be like, God damn, that's just the shit, you know? So after that, my love for music grew. It just grew so much that I challenged myself. Every challenge was like, it was addicting to me. I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? But every time I learned a new instrument, it was just addicting to fulfill, you know? Like, and it was just the love of music that really drove me. So after the drums, I think it was one time, I think I was like about, I don't know, 8, 9 years old. I was practicing on my own, because in my house, there was always a room where I had all my instruments. All the instruments were set up, because my dad's house was like the practice house. So I was fortunate, you know what I'm saying? I had everything to my disposal. So I would go in there and I'm playing the drums, right? And it's just like, fuck, I'm getting bored, you know? I'm getting like, the drums can't do a melody, can't do shit, you know? So I was like, fuck, what could I do? And then I looked at my dad's guitar. I was like, fuck it, now I gotta learn how to play the guitar, you know? I have to learn to play the guitar. So from then on, I asked my pops, hey, you know, like, how do you play? He showed me one song, and I will never forget it in my life. He showed me one song, and it was Who I Need Your Love, Babe by the Beatles. And he told me, practice that and come back to me. Not only did I practice it, I fucking sang the song within a couple weeks of doing it. And I remember the look on my dad's face. My dad was tripping out. He's like, what the? He didn't believe that I was able to not only play it, but sing it to him. And from then on, it just kept going. I kept growing. I kept looking up different things on the internet, you know, from there. And then as I grew up, you know, I went to high school, junior high school. And from the junior high school, that's how I started playing jazz band. And from jazz band, you know, that's when I kind of the the theory of music grew in me. You know, I started learning a lot of new things, a lot of things that my dad couldn't teach me. So I was very fortunate to be in the jazz band in school. So not only did I serve it in junior high school, but also in high school. That's when when I was about 14, 15 years old, is when I actually started taking on the bass. And the bass, now I'm telling you, I played upright jazz bass. So I was this scrawny little guy with this big ass bass in his back, you know. People would make fun of me because I had this big ass thing in the back. But, bro, that shit really challenged me musically, you know, and physically because those chords are very, very thick, you know. But I got a full scholarship. A person from the JC across the street from my school actually, you know, I actually got to learn an instrument that I never really thought I would ever, you know, be able to learn. So I was fortunate and thankful, you know. And from then after that, then I kind of just took on being an audio engineer, you know, growing up. And the circumstances that I have, my parents they didn't make a lot of money, you know, so I had to really learn everything from scratch, you know. Like I think when I was about 17 years old, my dad got this acoustic piano and then it really challenged me in a different way because he bought the piano intentionally for him, right? And he brought a book that taught you where to put your chord, where to put your fingers on all the songs. And that's literally how I taught myself, you know, like I really was just I took the time and I was self-taught in a lot of the stuff that I do, but a lot of it is because I'm passionate. You know, you're passionate about something, you're gonna do it, you're gonna fulfill it, regardless of the circumstance. You know, so going back, I became an audio engineer through my homie Beach Boy Garrett Douglas. You know, shout out to the homie. You know, from the LBC. Without him, I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff back here. Any of it. You know, he gave me the passion. He showed me how to do it. Gave me the tools. You know, and now I've been engineering for about 10 years now, and you know, running my own studio. You know, and it's a blessing within itself that I'm even able to even stand right here because, you know, I like most people grew up in certain, you know, like group homes and all that stuff. I grew up I grew up in a certain group that it was misfits. We were all misfits, you know. We were all the ones that didn't really, you know, nobody really wanted, you know. So I encourage everybody that if you want to do something in your life and regardless of how anybody else feels about it, if you want to do it, do it. I mean, I can tell you this right now. If it don't sound good right now, that doesn't mean to quit. That just means you got to keep on going. So, trust me, I got kicked out of every room of my house for singing. You know, trust me. You know, and now an adult, now my sisters are both begging me to sing them a song. You know, so it's really about endurance and perseverance. You know, you want something, you want to learn that. Don't worry, it's not gonna sound great in the beginning, but after you put some time in, you put some effort, you'll see when it starts sounding good because people will tell you. You know, and that's how I learned. That's how I've been doing it with everything. Audio engineering, same way. Making beats, the same way. I spent about 2 years not being able to put no lyrics to my beats, but I made a beat every day. You know, so it's all about just keep going. Don't stop, regardless of what people say or what you hear. If that's what you do what you love. Music to me as a musician is about, it's like 100% feeling, So a song can be great, but if you don't have that feeling or you're not inspired, the song doesn't come as it should. So I'm really about feeling. So I wait until I actually, and I am inspired. So a lot of my songs come from within, come from what I'm feeling at the moment. So I remember being at my job, my 9 to 5, and they were playing some funk jam, and I had it in my head, and I was like, man, I don't know, I have this melody, and I just hadn't made the beat or nothing, and in my head was just, I'm looking for somebody, baby, it just might be you, and I was just like, shh, be you, shh, So then, in my head, I'm like, man, that's a nice little melody. So I wonder if that was the bass line, how would it go? Ba 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 ba. And from then on, after that, after as soon as I was out of work, I went straight to the studio and I started with the bass line. And from then on, that dude, I finished the whole song within that night. So it just depends on inspiration. Certain situations even inspire me. Like I've I've learned, that when music isn't fake, it's real. So therefore, the listener is able to, you know, create that bond with the singer. They're able to feel and understand you because you're not faking the funk. It's coming out surreal. This is what I feel. These words, I know them because I feel them. So that's how I want to connect with my listeners, and I hope we've connected that way. I pray to God we've connected that way because when I hear Santana, that's the reason why I even call myself Scrizzy Santana, is because my favorite guitar player is Carlos Santana. You know what I'm saying? And if I wouldn't have, I remember I was about 12 years old inside my dad's car, and he starts playing, I ain't got nobody that I can depend on. And I was like, what? This is the first time I ever heard this song, ever. So when I heard it and I heard the guitars, I was like, man, one day I want to play like that. I want to be able to play like that with the same passion, because when you hear Carlos play, he don't just play, or he's not a melodist and starts going everywhere. He's actually melody with his guitar, so it infatuates me even to this day. And I hope, well, my dream is to one day make it and be side by side with Carlos Santana, wailing at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I hope, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna speak it to existence one day. Once I make it, I'm gonna be right there next to Carlos Santana. We're gonna be playing a song. I'm gonna be playing freaking Black Magic Woman, because I had that one in the bag. You know what I'm saying? So, um, a lot of my inspiration comes from just other songs, even songs that are within my, that I've known. Like I have this other song that I was just doing the other day, like any wonder. I love that song. I love the original of that song, and I kind of just took it, I grabbed it, and I mixed it with my stuff, and it just depends on you, on the artist, on what really intrigues you, what fascinates you, and what motivates you and inspires you. For me, it's Carlos Santana. For me, it could be a straight melody. It could be just banging on the, that that could be enough for me to start some rap. Boom, boom, dun dun. You saying dun 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how influential you are with music, and you gotta let it flow. You gotta let it. Feeling is everything, guys. We've been at this location for about 2 years now, and we're really trying to make it an innovative spot where an artist can come in, get their song done, get their beat done, get their video done, like a one-stop shop for an artist. You ain't gotta worry about the cover art or nothing. Everything is gonna come out through here. You're gonna get a full package. You know what I'm saying? Where you can record your song, get your beat, get your cover art, get your video, get your reel, all by the time that you out this door. You know what I'm saying? Really make it like almost like a production line, almost. But we're even thinking it's in the works, but we'll even have like passes, and even people that are, it's a monthly, kind of like the gym. You have a monthly membership type of thing where it comes with a certain amount of hours or days where you're able to come in and get your stuff and work done. So that's what we've been trying to do. On the side, obviously, we have a big location right here, so I mean, it fits about 150 people, close to. So it's a little small little banquet hall. It can host even album release parties. You know, any type of event, any type of birthdays. I mean, you know, shows. You know, there's a backdrop outside where you know you can do your videos at. It's just we're trying to really be creative in the way that we're trying to make this building come out into life and to life. So I'm sure that especially for you, those of you as you guys that are artists, this is gonna be like going to Toys R Us when you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come in here and you're gonna get motivated. You're gonna get it's just gonna motivate you because you ain't gotta worry about the next necessary steps that you gotta do after you make the song. Everything's gonna be done right here. You know, you have an example. We'll have examples for cover arts, but if you have something, we have AR Productions is gonna be doing all the reels for you and all the stuff that all the cover arts that you guys need and all the other stuff that you guys need, the reels, you know, the little B rolls, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So it's gonna be a very good, very good spot. I'm hoping that we open up officially by next month. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's what I got right now. That's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I got a couple events this year. You know, I got Cinco de Mayo with a big headline with like the Delphonics, Mr. Little One. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of good things that day. I'm gonna do some oldies. I'm gonna mix it up. So I'm very excited for that day. I got another event with Hustle Music, which is actually this next coming up month on the 15th. So if I don't know when this is gonna come out, but if it comes out soon enough, catch me right there, guys, downtown LA. Um, I got an event probably at the end of this year, which I'm crossing. We haven't sealed the deal yet, but it's an event that could be in Long Beach. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I hope that you guys stay the lookout for my music because it's gonna surprise you guys.